In other news, Time published its inaugural Girls of the Year list, highlighting young leaders that are inspiring communities around the world. Joining me now to share more is Diana Sarkisova, senior editor at Time. Diana, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you for having me.
I understand that you were inspired to start this list by your experience becoming a new mom. Can you share more about that for us?
Yeah, I welcomed my first daughter earlier this year, and coming back from leave, this was one of the first projects I started working on, and it was just really good timing because I spent so much of my time on leave thinking about what I wanted to see my daughter grow into, and so using that as inspiration to find these 10 girls around the world setting an incredible example was just the perfect fit.
And how did you define the criteria for bravery, intelligence, and kindness when you were evaluating these nominees from around the world?
Yeah, it was, there was a set criteria of just looking for impact, innovation, bravery, like you mentioned. It really, takes a strong young person to look at an issue and decide that they're not too young to fix it. So anyone who just seems to go out and inspire us that way and really show impact in the community is what we're looking for.
And how did you find the girls who made it onto this list?
There was a lot of research for local news. I mean, these are 10 girls from 10 countries all over the world. So looking through news all over in different countries and just seeing what kind of impacts that they had made to the countries and the neighborhoods around them. Just a lot of digging for inspiration that was already out there.
All right, and are there any stories or moments during your research that moved you or shifted your understanding of what leadership looks like in young girls?
Yeah, I would say our U.S. pick really moved me. She's from New Orleans, and when she was just 12 years old, she saw her father looking for a kidney donation. And it would just be so easy and understandable for anyone that age to, just try to get through the whole process. But she decided she didn't want to have other young girls going through the same thing without any support. So she actually decided to write a book about what it's like searching for a kidney donation for her father, and now does a lot of advocacy and, speeches and talks about what the whole organ donation process is like and why people should consider it. And how to support young children going through an experience like that. Just taking matters into her own hands and, immediately thinking of others when going through something so difficult was incredibly impressive.
That's incredible. And just for these young people who are doing these extraordinary things like the girl that you just mentioned, how do you think that they're supported or get the ideas to actually do these incredible things?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not mistaken, this girl specifically was encouraged by someone in the hospital. So many of these parents are encouraging their children. Our selection from Mexico is one of the youngest female race car drivers in the country, and she was inspired by her father riding along with him at crazy speeds at such a young age. So a lot of the inspiration came from the community, but especially being nurtured by their parents, of course, to feel like they can really make these kinds of changes in the world.
And Diana, any advice you have for other women, especially moms who want to amplify the voices of young change makers in their own communities?
Yeah, I mean, the number one thing I learned from this project was that, every single parent of these children decided, yeah, if you want to do that, you can. In the aftermath of the project being published, I've heard from so many parents who have bookmarked this list to show their children as inspiration. I think that's so wise. And I think that what these 10 girls show us is that you're never too young to make a difference. You're never too young to innovate or, bring change to your neighborhoods. And so anyone who has a child who brings them an idea, all they have to do is nurture it. And I think that they could see them flourish.
Thank you, Diana Sarkisova, senior editor at Time.
Thank you so much.
Coming up, one NYSE listed company hopes